What is going on, stylists from the back room? Good morning. We've got a fun shenanigan-filled episode for you this week. We are going to have our beauty quiz like we like to do. We're going to be reviewing some education stuff that we learned this week at an amazing event that we attended on Monday. We're talking about hair extensions, and as always, we got motivation for you to end the week on a high note. So when you go into this weekend, you will have fun. What is it? Sunday, fun day, Sunday. I miss those monster truck commercials, man. Those things were the freak. Did you guys have those out here in the Midwest?
Oh, yeah. US 30, where the good ones ride.
Those were the best, man. Those weekend commercials.
Oh, those are the best. Those were awesome. Those were awesome. So, we've spent a lot of time together this week. I feel like I need to go to rehab now. But
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
You would be bored to tears without me. I make your day.
Do you? Well,
fine. All right, fine. We'll do an experiment. I won't talk to you for the rest of the week.
No, don't. So besides our amazing class on Monday that we really Chad killed it. Chad from Xenogen. It was the hair loss forum was freaking fantastic. How's the rest of your week been there, Big Shooter? I haven't asked you in 2 weeks, so.
No, yeah, look. Chad from Xenogen did a fantastic hands-on. He did a great presentation. Jared came in also from Xenogen. He's the one that actually created the product. So it was just phenomenal to be able to listen to him. It was great. Have him go on about the science behind why hair sheds, why people lose their hair, and what actually can be done about it.
Right.
So, I mean, it was such a great weekend. Or week so far. I've been living that high, right?
Right.
Until this morning. I find out this morning that I got to go to Chuck E. Cheese in about a week or two, for one of the kiddos' birthday. Now,
No.
I've seen Willy's Wonderland, the Nick Cage movie, which is like a spin of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I seen it a long time ago when it first came out. I had just coincidentally recently rewatched it, like maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, so it's still fresh. And now I get hit with we going Chuck E. Cheese.
No.
How I can go?
No.
I can't go. There's not enough ingredients in any product to keep me safe from that craziness.
First off, they serve alcohol there for a reason. Okay.
At Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, you can get a beer at Chuck E. Cheese.
For the kids or for the adults?
For the parents. So my recommendation, because I thank gosh all my kids are older. They're all young adults. But man, I would always pop like 3 Advil right before we would go. I'm not kidding.
All I can think about is the movie, dude. It's your birthday. I'm gonna kill you all day. It's your birthday.
Let me share this Chuck E. Cheese moment with you.
Okay.
My youngest son, AJ, who is 26 now, he's in the ball pit. And all of a sudden, he comes flying out of the ball pit. Dad. There's a kid in there who took his diaper off.
Okay.
And you look into the ball pit, and there is this kid holding up this dirty diaper. And it wasn't number 1, it was number 2.
Oh, he's like all proud of himself. I did Dookie. He's trying to tell mom and dad, like, look what I did. I did good.
So I grabbed the Chuck E. Cheese kid, one of them, and I'm like, yo, yeah, you're gonna have to, you guys got to do something because there's Dookie in there. That's not the word I used. And the kid goes, this is, the kid goes, not again. Now, I don't know about you, and maybe it's because of the stage of life that I'm at. There really isn't enough money for me to clean up someone else's dookie. Okay.
I mean, we do it all day, every day, anyways, at our jobs. What's the difference? It's just metaphorical dookie rather than physical. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's easier to just hose away the physical dookie than the emotional. Today's episode brought to you by the word dookie.
Dookie.
All right. We got a quiz. Don't we have a beauty quiz? Don't we have anything productive to talk about?
Yeah, no, this is gonna be the non-productive episode of SFTB. So
the kids are awesome, man. Kiddos are awesome.
Yeah, see, you say that because they're not yours. They go home.
They're lucky they go home. They are so lucky. Like if that was my kids, could you imagine? I wouldn't be a helicopter parent, but I would definitely be, you know how like kids always say they're annoyed by their parents because their parents are too goofy? Like the kid with adult me till the kid turned about 20. And then I would start adulting the kid after the kid turned 20.
I picture it more like a scene from the TV show Hogan's Heroes. Okay.
I have fun with the kiddos. I get them riled up.
So you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, first question.
Your dog's going mental.
I know. And she's So what is eumelanin?
Eumelanin is the amount of pigment in your hair. It's the thing that controls the pigmentation, like what color your hair is going to be.
Well, there's two pigments in hair: eumelanin and pheomelanin, right?
Oh, the darkness.
Yes, very good.
Is like how deep, like how rich, how dark your hair is going to be.
Eumelanin is level 5, 6, and down.
Yeah.
So then, in the transverse, your second question then is, what is pheomelanin?
It's what controls and dictates is how light
correct
your hair is going to be. Are you going to be the dark blonde, dishwater blonde? Are you going to be towhead? Are you going to be albino? We never did a segment on albinos. You just remind me.
We'll do a segment about albinos as soon as we do a segment about monkeys. We could do a segment about albino monkeys.
How dare you? How dare you insult albinos? I was so excited. I was so excited for a moment. I had a moment of joy.
And I squashed it.
You're such a parent. You're such a parent.
Okay. So we've established that eumelanin is the darker pigment in the hair. And we've established that pheomelanin is the lighter pigment in the hair, correct? Natural pigment.
The natural pigment in the hair, yeah.
Okay. So now, what percentage of the hair is made up of melanins? And you just learned this Monday.
Got you there for a second, huh?
You are correct. 1%.
Number one.
1% of your hair is actually melanin.
1%.
1%. So think about that when you're lightening. When you're trying to lighten hair, that you're really only, when we say we're lightening or decolorizing, you're only actually messing with 1% of the hair structure.
But it goes to the importance. It goes to reinforce the importance of how vital it is that during the lightening process, or any chemical service for that matter, paying attention to the texture, the density, and the porosity of the hair. You know, every single week, every single class that we teach, every single conversation I have with everybody, especially when it's color related, I am constantly droning on and on and on about those are the three most important things that govern hair. It's the only consistent things that we have is texture, density, and porosity. If you are not paying attention to that, that is why a lot of color fails. So, I mean, if you can imagine 99% of the success of your service is dependent on the condition of the hair, but we all focus just on that 1% that we visually see.
Right.
We don't realize how much of that visual is controlled by the other 99%. It's these damn 1%ers, man. They always messing everything up. Everything is these 1%. Well, going politics. What was the Nixon fingers?
I cannot tell a lie. Okay, so now here's your fourth question for today. You got
Who
5.
did the read my lips? Was that also Nixon?
No, that was Bush 1.
Oh, was that Bush 1?
Bush 1. Are you ready?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We're on the second question after all this.
Well, we're on fourth question. Question number 4. Crash dieting can cause hair loss.
Crash?
True or false?
Crash dieting? Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
Well, now what led me to that question for you is because what we covered on one of the things we covered on Monday was a lot of the changing of hair textures with a lot of people with the shot, whatever it is, so, Ozempic or Wegovy or whatever this diet shot is people are taking.
Oh, this new thing right now that's trending really hard. Yeah, right.
Yeah. What they're finding, what we learned on Monday, one of the things I learned from Chad is that because people have stopped taking in so many lipids and fats, it's actually changing their hair texture. So that was cool. So true or false? So it's true. It is true.
That is true.
And if you crash diet, any diet where you immediately just drop things out of your diet, it will cause a change in your hair texture and hair loss. Absolutely. I just read an article about it was called Ozempic hair, and where all the shedding, all the shedding and everything that's going on, and also then the new people are basically not eating anymore, and then we're talking about people at the extreme, okay? And we're not saying that the shot is bad or anything like that. We're not the FDA. We're
talking about side effects. Side effects are a real thing.
Right.
Know? And with every good thing comes something bad. That's just the way the world balances itself out.
Right.
Look, man, I have told you on multiple occasions, when in the afterlife, when I'm down in the dumps, I'm gonna find Murphy and I'm gonna just punch him in the face every single day because he's a terrible, terrible person.
Mr. Murphy, whatever can go wrong will go wrong at the worst possible time.
So we have this nice thing that can help people lose weight, and then of course Papa Murphy comes in and by the way, you're gonna have all these 30,000 side effects because you got one. This is why we can't have nice things. It's because of Murphy.
This is a subject for another day because we can go.
I think it should be. Yeah, now we got 2 topics already done. Right. We're not even halfway through today.
Yeah, albino monkeys, and now we can talk about Mr. Murphy.
Insulting the albinos, dude. What is wrong with you?
Why are you hating on monkeys? Monkeys are good people.
I'm talking about human albino people. They are beautiful people. Stop comparing them to monkey. It's insulting.
I'm talking about monkeys, and monkeys
are stupid animals.
are creatures that exist on this planet with us, and they deserve our love and respect.
All right, then go be part of Planet of the Apes. Go live out your fantasy reality, whatever.
Your
Go
hands off
LARP
me, you
this weekend.
filthy ape.
Yeah, at the park. Okay.
Okay. So now here's a great one. Here's a great one. In 1950, 7% of American women were dyeing their hair. Today, blank percentage of women are dyeing their hair. Ready? A, 30%, B, 60%, C, 75%, D, 80%.
I gotta say 80%. Wait, how much it was in the 1950?
7%.
7.
7%.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go with 80%. I think everybody dyes their hair.
You are close. It's 60% of the women dye their hair.
60, only 60% these days in our current times.
According to Modern Salon.
Wow.
I think it's a little higher, but they probably rounded it out.
I wonder, okay, here's a question. Here's a follow-up question. With this whole granny gray stupid trend that went through, with everybody going natural because of the shutdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe the percentage was higher and now it went down to closer to 60 because people let themselves go a little bit?
You know what? I didn't even look at it from that angle. I think you're probably right. I think that's a great point. I think a lot of people stopped, during COVID and stuff like that. Because of course we were not doing our jobs during COVID. We were not going to people's houses and coloring them, and we were not cutting their hair in the garage or anything like that. We definitely were not doing that.
No, you were living out your Planet of the Apes fantasy. We all look like cavemen.
You take.
You know what's also interesting? In the 1950s, 7% of women were coloring their hair. And then, what was it, like a month ago or something like that? On a prior episode, you had mentioned that only like hair color only represents 20-something% of our overall services.
Right.
Such a small fraction of our overall services. And now we've got a 60% statistic of how many women coloring their hair these days.
Right.
What an opportunity for growth. What an opportunity for business growth in general, and especially with everything we're learning about the hair loss and the hair shedding, the condition of the hair overall, how to strengthen hair and all that stuff. Hair color, the physical pigment that exists in your hair may only be 1%, but the contribution of protection of that pigment is 99%. The amount of pigment dictates how smooth your hair is or how wiry your hair is.
Really, if you look at, oh wait, hi Michelle, we have Michelle on with us. She put up some comments.
Oh, cool. What'd she say?
She said it's definitely true. She guessed C, and I don't know what she was saying yes to. Probably yes, that monkeys are awesome.
Which one was C? Oh, she got it right. She got 60%.
Yeah, she got 60%.
Oh, that's cool. Good job, Michelle.
Sorry, I was a little slow on the uptake here, Michelle. But anyway, if you really look at our business as a whole,
yeah,
and the different aspects to our businesses as far as color, cutting and styling, smoothing, you can there's the whole there's all the things that we actually do. It all boils down to one thing though, is making sure that no matter what you're doing to that hair, it's healthy hair. And where does healthy hair start? And healthy hair, we learned on Monday, and you and I have known this, is that healthy hair truly starts at the scalp, in the scalp, and maintaining that follicle, and then moving out from the scalp, taking care of everything else.
You got to have that core strength.
100%. I agree with you with that, because if you have porous hair, if you have dehydrated hair, you're not maintaining that hair. Our work is only going to last for such an this much time, compared to really having that product that you put on the hair do what it's supposed to do for the length of time that it is. And that's why you got clients that come in and, oh, my ends are red. Well, yeah, they're red because those ends are dehydrated. They're so porous. They grab and let go so easy because of your 450-degree, kiosk flat iron that you bought at the mall. And, and you're not using a leave-in. You're not taking care of your hair. You're not taking care of your scalp. So along these lines, I'm glad we segued right into this. Tell me what you learned on Monday.
You know what's interesting? There is every show that we do, and we didn't do this on Monday. We need to do this now then. We'll do it live. We didn't do our high and low. Every show we always do our high and low as a review, as a recap at the end of the day.
Right.
I think the low for me Monday would have been how much I forget. I nerd out so hard all the time, and I, because we're always talking the technicality of everything all the time, I completely forget that this isn't just matter of fact. This is completely new information. So I had to, I was judgy for like a half a second to a couple of people when they weren't getting what Chad was showing the haircut. We were doing hands-on haircut.
Right.
There was a couple of times where a couple of people were struggling with it. And I'm looking at them and I'm going like, really? How could you not get it? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? This is my internal. I'm like, why are you doing like that? What are you doing? Like, how could you not get it? And I couldn't help myself. I had to go over there and show them, because I can't help myself. I can't see somebody struggling that bad and failing that bad and not say anything, So I helped a couple of people out, and a couple of people were like, oh my God, thank you so much. This makes so much more sense. And then I'm sitting there while Jared was doing his part of the lecture time. And, I got a comment. It's like, oh, he's kind of hard to follow. And it's like, no, he's not. This is awesome information. What are you talking about? And then I just leaned in and I'm like, no, this is, I made a joke. Then I've realized, and I made a joke out of it. I'm like, yeah, I bet you appreciate my layman terms explanations for everything. She goes, oh my God, yes, I do. It's like, okay, cool. So I was thinking about it and I'm like, man, I forgot. Like we operate at such a high level all the time because we force ourselves into that higher level all the time because we're always seeking out all that information. Our job is to take in all that information and give it back to everybody.
Right.
And that's where my high comes in, is the fact that I was able to recognize that I was being a jerk. I only did it mentally, internally. I was able to control myself, and I was actually able to help people. And people thanked me afterwards for it. It made a difference. And I've gotten messages throughout the week since, oh my God, thank you so much. Monday was so much fun. You really helped me out a lot. I'm loving the haircut. I'm loving the information. I'm loving this. I'm loving that from Monday. So I was like, okay, cool. So that's my high and low from Monday.
Nice.
What's yours?
I ran the gamut on Monday because while you were helping Chad with the haircuts, I was actually standing in the back talking with Jared. And this is a guy that went to freaking med school, and I was talking to him about the Eclipse, the new product, the Eclipse product.
Oh yeah, the Eclipse is cool, man.
And he was explaining to me about the melanin molecule that doesn't have anything in it, and that's why with gray hair it flattens out, and that's why you've got to keep that full of at least something, so then that way you're when you do put hair color on the hair, it will not come out so hollow. But he was using technical terms. I'd like to think that sometimes I'm relatively smart, but talking to this guy, and this is and once again in my head, I'm nodding my head. In my head, I'm going, I'm dumb. Because I'm watching and every other word is sinking in. And I'm just sitting there going, I feel like I should be just I should have like a piece of like rock, and I should be etching on a cave wall. I felt like such a caveman talking to him, but it all made so much sense. So my high from that though is that I learned something. I learned a bunch of stuff this past, especially at the show. I learned a bunch of stuff that I didn't know. I really didn't know. My low point for the week really was along the lines of you. I was talking with one of the attendees, and inwardly I was going, how do you not know this? Do you not read the info? And I was being a little judgmental in my head, not to her. But she's really great, and she's one of our, she comes to everything of ours, and she's awesome. But for a minute, I was like, and then I went, wait a minute, you got to stop, because I know a lot of people aren't nerds like I am, aren't a dork like I am, where I read everything that gets sent to me. And then I explained it to her, and she got it, and it was great. And she started asking some really poignant questions with Chad. So yeah, it was a little bit of a roller coaster on Monday, because it wasn't just your classic look and learn. This is the product. You blah 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 blah. Chad really made it very interactive.
No, this was an intense program. Monday was an intense program.
But the coolest, and I'll give you the coolest part. Okay, I'm standing in the back with I can't remember his name. The guy from Louisiana that works for Xenogen.
Oh, from Jake.
Jake, that's it. Well, I don't know why. Jake, sorry, I can't remember your name. He and I are standing in back, and we're watching. And I'm watching 15 hairdressers who are completely locked in. No one was on their phone. No one would, other than making notes, they were locked in. And that is a testament to, first off, our industry, that it doesn't matter. And we had people at all different levels. The testament to our industry is that you can always learn something, right? And then also a testament to Chad, because we are Chad's fanboys, that Chad kept them so enthralled in this information. And the presentation was fantastic, because it was a product knowledge presentation, but there was science in there. And he mixed it up perfectly, where it wasn't just, okay, let's go through the book. This is this shampoo. This is what this shampoo does. It was awesome. It was awesome. I had more high points than low points, but the true high points were just the sharing of knowledge, and people, all of us, being open enough to take in that knowledge and put our egos in our back pockets. I thought it was dope.
Education is a very amazing thing. It really, how you said, the word is perfect. How you said it's a testament to when somebody dedicates themselves to something, how far down the rabbit hole you can go, and how much how much knowledge you can gain and become such an expert in said subject. It really is wild. It really is wild. The thing, what I love the most is you can have general knowledge about a topic, and then gosh, you talk to somebody about a topic you have no idea about, and somebody just has general knowledge. You're like, wow, that's really fascinating. That's interesting. And you see the excitement of that person that they get to share that knowledge with somebody. Then you end up, getting a little bit more deeper into it. And then you become, what is like one level below an expert?
Eddie.
You're right. You become like a specialist in that topic, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're like, you talk to that person and you're like, holy cow, there's so much. Like I thought I had a general idea. Wow, this is wild. Then you speak to an expert and you're like, oh baby, we are down the rabbit hole now. Let's strap in, boys. We're going for a ride.
Right. And then
it's amazing.
That was like I said, I'm talking to Jared, and it's just like it was like this technical information wave, and I'm just like, wow, this is all stored in this dude's skull, with just
And then there's somebody who's even further dedicated than he is. If it's possible, I don't know, but it's insane.
Right. It was great. The learning was massive. What a great event. Really great event. And I love the fact that it was 15 hairdressers. It was very, very intimate, and everybody got a chance to really absorb and also interact with all of us and with Chad. The big events are fun, where we're standing in front of 300 people. Those are great. That's awesome, but I love these also small events where you can really talk to
because
people.
They're hands-on. We have the ability to do hands-on when we have these when we have these programs specifically designed for the interaction. You can't have more than like 10, 15 people is the limit. Like we hit our limit. 15 was the absolute limit.
But and also props to Xenogen, man, because Xenogen brought it. Xenogen brought it. I mean, everybody left with product and knowledge, and it was fantastic. What a great company. Really all the companies that we that are under our umbrella, everybody is really I love it. But really to get a chance to, like, I keep going back to talking with Jared, is that it was great to have, it was like talking to Chuck from All Nutrient. I mean, just the knowledge is just blows you away. It really does. It really does. I mean,
Jared's a medical researcher. He knows what he's talking about. I mean, that was his specialty when he,
But still, it's just,
so to be able to take it that much further and to see the future of Xenogen, of what's to come, is exciting as well too.
Well, and then we got introduced to the new dry shampoo.
The new dry shampoo is a fun product that we're going to be talking more about in the weeks to come.
Yeah,
it definitely is becoming my new toy. And behind the chair, it's I've been having a lot of fun. I've been doing a lot of experimenting, to see how far I could. I always have to try to break everything. Yeah. Oh, use it like this. Yeah, I'm going this way. Oh, you're not supposed to use it for this? Why not? What can go wrong?
So
I have no time in my book for redos, but here we go. We're going to do it anyways.
And it's how far can I push this too?
That's how I learn. I make my mistakes and then I figure out how to correct them. This was the advice that was given in regards to hair color. A good colorist can figure out the formula and apply it nicely. A great colorist can goof and then know how to fix the mistake.
100%. 100%. So along those lines, I have something to share with you.
Yeah.
So do you remember that client that you helped me with the we put on stage extensions on her?
You know, I gotta come for one of the, I promised I would come for one of the visits one of these
Yeah.
days.
Well,
I
well,
gotta come for one of these
well,
visits.
she was just in.
Oh,
Uh,
cool. Okay.
took out the on stage extensions. We did her color, and then I
How
put
much
them
has
back
her hair grown?
like this much. It's awesome.
That's
It's
awesome.
awesome. Those puppy dog ears
Yeah, yeah.
are almost all gone.
Do a recap, maybe, because we
Okay.
discussed about her
Okay. Yeah.
on a
She's
prior episode.
one of my oldest clients. She went through a lot, physically and emotionally and all that. She had a really rough 5 years of her life, and it really started to come out in her hair. And she went to someone else for a haircut, and they gave her. She has thick, it's wavy, kinky, curly hair, and they botched the haircut. It was steps, and she had a big family event coming up, and she didn't want to look like she had it basically looked like a mullet, for lack of a better term. So I called Eddie in on this, and Eddie and I we used the onstage extensions, and we this is the third installation of the same set of extensions because she has been babying these extensions. They're almost perfect. I mean, they still are almost perfect. So anyway, she's growing it out, and we've got her at a good length where probably sometime after the first of the year, we're going to start working her towards that bob that she wants. But so Eddie and I mapped out her head.
Because
Eddie
the
has
hair extensions at this point, being the third one, what are they? Almost coming up on 6 months old?
almost 7 months old,
Almost 7 months old
but
hair.
she has babied these
No,
things.
it's a testament to the extensions themselves too. It's her maintenance. See,
Yes,
because there's all these things on social media. Not to interrupt you, but there are all these things on social media all the time. It's like, oh, hair only lasted 3 months. Hair only lasted 4 months. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? It's like, dude, you got 4 months out of a set of extensions. That's pretty amazing, And then you get these other people. Oh, my hair lasts for a year. My hair lasts for a year. Yeah, but that's a testament to the client. They took care of it nicely. So
this is what I
bravo
was
to her.
this is what I was telling her, and she always asks. She asks a lot of questions, and she's like, Why would someone not spend the money that I spent on this hair and not take care of it? Right,
I wish I had the answer. Oh, because of Murphy. That's the answer.
Mr. Murphy.
I'll see you. I'll see you one day in eternity.
So anyway, so like I said, this is the third reinstall. I took them out. I cleaned them up a little bit. The bead, the where the bead goes through
Oh, the track area, the weft
the
area.
the track area is almost perfect. It still looks like it almost just came out. This is her on her, and I kept telling her, I go, it's because you're doing all the right things, right? She went out, she bought a detangling brush.
Nice.
Okay, she's not ripping through her hair anymore, but her hair's starting to also. It's had a chance now. It's starting to thicken up too. So anyway, I'm doing this, and I realize that I am now running behind with this reinstall of extensions. So I put them in, and then I realized that I still had the two small pieces that we put lower in her nape.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm looking at it and I'm going, this
Her
looks
hair
awesome.
grew.
Her hair grew. This looks awesome. But she still does, because she had that mullet type thing. She had that mullet type thing going. She still has a little bit of a disconnect here. So what did I do? I took those two small pieces and I put them right here. It filled it in. She texted me yesterday and she's like, this is, besides when you and Eddie put them in the first time, this is the best it has ever looked. And she sent me a picture and it looks flipping awesome. And my whole point of this whole long convoluted story is with on stage, especially on stage extensions, I'm not going to use the right word, so I'm going to call it being able to take those extensions, and basically they are hair extension Swiss Army knives. You could use them. You could use them for a multitude. The versatility. That's the word. Versatility. Because I put them in and I go, she's going to be calling me. I'm going to have to redo this, But at that point, I was so far behind. I was kind of like, all right, well, I guess we'll deal with this in a day or two. But the versatility is amazing. And truly going back to, and I'll go back to the first time we talked about this, the whole idea of head mapping and mapping out the head of where you're going to put these wefts, these individuals, because she wants to know about individuals now, because the back is getting long and the back is getting long and thick, but we still have these sections here that we just need to fill in. And she's thinking that maybe she doesn't want a weft, she wants individuals. Because I told her, I said, we might be able to squeeze out one more install if you keep taking care of these, but you can tell the hair extensions are getting a little,
Well, the ends it's hair. The hair, the ends get beat up. It's time. You could only clean them up and trim the ends so many times before they get too short.
But I really am thankful for learning the on-stage extensions because of the versatility and because of the way my, the two squirrels that chase each other in my head work. Giving me the option to, change it on the fly is fantastic. It's just huge. And yes, she did say Eddie's promised that he's going to come back for one. So
I do remember that. She is correct. And I always make good on my words. Let me see. I don't do it right this second, but check your book, right? And let me know when is her next date. Let me start preparing.
I told her we'll see each other in 6 weeks. So it'll be around the holiday season.
Okay. Perfect.
You can wear a bow. You'll be Eddie the present.
That's my what do they call that? One of my days of Hanukkah for her. She right? She's Jewish?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be one of my days of Hanukkah for her. I will show up on her next video. Early Hanukkah for her.
So I once again, I'd not to, and I keep beating the drum for it, but I was dragged into hair extensions, kicking and screaming.
I've been on your case for a long time to learn how to do
it. It has become something now that I really enjoy, because at least for me, and this is me talking, and I'll say it again, the versatility of on stage just makes sense for the way my brain works. Where I know you and Bernard will put K-tips in till the cows come home. And this from a guy that'll put 500 foils in someone's head, but the thought of going strand by strand gives me anxiety.
So fun.
I know. See, but isn't that cool? And the coolest thing is that's the coolest part about what we do. That really is the fact that we get to find things that we love to do, and we can just take it. You can take it as far and as long as you want to, and but
isn't that interesting? You could put in 500 foils, no problem, but put in a couple of strands, you're like right?
To quote Chad, I would rather light myself on fire.
He was so funny. He was so funny. And that's how I feel about blow drying. I'd rather set myself on fire than do a blow dry, but instead of do a 15-minute blow dry, I'd rather sit there for an hour and pop in a full head of extensions, no problem.
See, but my whole thing is I'd rather do a blow dry than ever do an updo.
Everybody's got their thing. That's what's so awesome about it. It's what motivates us.
Yeah.
So what do you got for motivation?
I got motivation. I got
you like that one?
Dude, I mean, let's be honest. The past 45 minutes have been we're both like amazingly motivated.
It's been 45 minutes already.
Yeah, you're at 45 minutes. I just want to know.
This
Hey,
today
Michelle,
has flown by. I got to tell you, it does not feel like it's been
I
that
got
long
to ask
already.
Michelle, if you're still there, are you motivated by all this?
All right, what do you got?
What do you got? You ready?
Yes,
I
sir.
don't think all right. The best way to predict the future is to create it.
Okay. Okay, that is cool.
The best way to predict the future is create it, which means what to you?
You pioneer your own path.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
You are the master of your destiny.
Yeah, you're the master of your destiny. You're the you're the MC of your story. You're the main character of your story. You know, like I always say to Carmelina all the time, strap in, baby. We're going for a ride.
Right?
You know?
Buckle up, it's about to get weird.
Right? We always have all these sayings. We all have all these little sayings, but they're so much
Right.
fun. But it's true,
Right.
man. You
But
are the
yeah.
main character of your story. You control your fate.
You do.
You know?
And if you want a certain future, you got to go out there and get it. And you know what? No one's going to hand you diddly. You got to work and make it happen.
I got a good example of this one actually in real time. Last night at the salon, I was doing a consultation. So the girl, she had long hair, and then she was a model for a haircut. And you know how that goes when somebody's a model for a haircut. There's some bougie stylist who had some French method haircutting, blah, 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 you know, the usual BS. Chopped her hair, hacked her hair apart. Looked great for the program, you know, for the class that she was a model for. But of course, she's in tears now, and she's got 3 sets of clip-ins in her head because, you know, her hair got hacked up, right? You know the story. You know how it goes.
Yep.
In particular, her bangs were really bad. You know, was it Dora the Explorer or you know, like that stupid weird
Dora the Explorer, yeah.
That bowl cut thing.
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah, they gave her one of those kind of bangs, you know. And the girl's got a round face. They put a rounded bangs on somebody with a round face.
Did she look like a beach ball?
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad. So now she's saying my future is screwed, basically. Like, that's it. I'm done for, right? What am I ever gonna do with this? And I'm like, hold on, time out. I'm like, let's pretend, because she was saying to me, should I cut them more? I go, ha ha, they're already bangs. Like, how much more you're gonna cut them? You're right. The permanent salute. You know, it's like, what are you gonna do, man? You can't do any worse. I mean, you could, but don't. So she was so focused in the moment, and she couldn't see how the expression, you can't see the forest through the trees, right?
Yep.
She couldn't see her future. Her future was her future was determined to be crap. And I kept telling her, hold on, just forget about the bangs right now. She couldn't get off of it. I literally turned her chair away from the mirror so she couldn't look herself no more. So now we're sitting, you know, across from each other, right? I went and sat down next to her. Tell me, without touching yourself, without looking in the mirror, just if you can have your hair to look like however you want it to look like. Fantasy world, let's go. What do you imagine yourself to look? She goes, oh, I want my hair back to how it was. It was super long, blah, 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 blah. You know, it was swept over to the side. She like opened up and she was really good about explaining what she wanted. So I said, okay, turn you back around into the mirror. Now, this is what you want. This is where you're going towards. This is your future that you want. This is the path that you're going to take. You know, we're going to start doing your bangs this way so we can start styling it this way. As it grows out, we'll readjust your bangs this way so you could start styling it that way. And every other month, you will start restyling your bangs a different way, and we will readjust your bangs in that way.
Right.
And eventually it'll just become what you want it to do. In the meantime, you're going to have fun with a couple of different styles. So it'll be something fresh, it'll be something new, it'll be something to look forward to. And as they're growing longer, you'll get back into the swing of having the long hair and styling the long hair again. All of a sudden, she went from, oh my God, life sucks, to, well, I'm never going to have nice hair again. She started seeing the future, and the future was looking good, and then you start seeing the sunshines and the rainbows again. So, okay, that was awesome. She was, she was able to clear her path. Say the saying one more time.
Which one?
The actual saying itself, the motivation quote
itself.
The
motivation. The best way to predict the future is to create it.
Yeah, she was able to create her future.
I like that.
She was able to create her future.
I like that. That's a great quote that every time I read it, I always remember that we gotta get into it, and I finally remembered it this week. I just do want to touch on one more thing before we get out of here. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes, it is.
As we all know. I've seen a couple of really friggin' cool videos of stylists, male and female, working on cancer patients, because when they go through chemo and all the crap that they go through with their bodies, they lose their hair with them shaving them down. And then to see the stylist then just take the clipper and go to themselves to do it with that person, and to watch that video and watch the look on the client's face, and to see that to see that someone's at least going to experience what I'm experiencing, and to see that kind of relief come over them, or that appreciation, I think that's really cool. And that really is one of the awesome parts of our industry, of what we do, is we actually get to emotionally touch people too, not only physically with doing their hair, but we get to share emotions with them like that. And I just think that's really cool. And if anybody out there watching is one of those stylists that's in those videos, I give you guys props from here till the cows come home, because I just think that that's really awesome. And these people are going through hell, and to share that with them and take them into consideration like that is huge. And that's my nice moment for the day, rest of the day.
No, that's awesome, man. How you say that's when you have empathy, not just sympathy. You have empathy for
empathy.
Somebody as well, right?
I'm not doing it justice. So if you come across those videos, guys, because we all come across these videos when we're on social media and stuff, give them a like, man, because it's huge. I think it's huge. So
there is, for all the negativity that exists on social media, there really is an equal amount of positivity.
Sure.
You just got to find it. You just got to look for it.
Yeah.
And then it's reassuring to see that acts of kindness like that still exist.
Right. I agree.
When people are doing them. It's a great point to bring up. Yeah. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You're right. It's you should get checked. And unfortunately, we're seeing a lot more younger women now. Younger females suffering from breast cancer. It's not just something that your mom or your grandmama gets. Everybody is at risk these days, which is really unfortunate. Go get checked. There's nothing wrong. Go with getting checked, at least, if anything, for peace of mind. And if you can catch it soon enough, God forbid if you have it, but if you can catch it soon enough, at least there's something you could do about it.
Yeah.
That's a great point to bring up, man.
Yep. All right. Well, we've come to the end of our weekly little get together here. We want to thank everybody who's been watching along with us. stayed on with us, and anybody in the future watching, leave comments. We love comments. We want to know what you think. And we will catch you guys same time, same bat channel next week. Say it. So stupid.
Oh, it's fun, actually.
The SFTB podcast was not recorded in front of a live studio audience, so thanks for joining us for today's episode. If our hair topics made you smile, give us a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll read them while waiting for our caller to process. Share this video with your stylists and friends. It helps us make a difference, one strand at a time. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Because your hair deserves all the latest and greatest tips.